This episode of ETC is brought to you by Watchable. It's goddamn 2016, guns should work, and nearly every video game from indie titles to AAA have not only alpha tests, but beta tests as well. Usually with thousands, if not tens or hundreds of thousands of people from the community before going gold and launching, so why the fuck would a game launch broken? Why?
Here we go!
So it turns out that despite a rigorous amount of testing, some games, even AAA titles, can and will launch broken. And that's looking like it's the case with this week's launch of Street Fighter V, aka Street Fighter V in Roman numerals.
Yeah.
A seemingly awesome fighting game with a legacy as deep and as rich as almost any other game franchise on the market. So what the fuck happened?
Yeah, well, the main thing that happened upon launch were extensive server-related issues which plagued the online matchmaking for the game. Couple that with the fact that the game launched with very minimal single-player modes and a basic requirement for always online services like in-game currency and stores not being accessible during the outage, and you got yourself a lot of unhappy and very vocal gamers voicing their concerns online because the parents don't care. Mom, the game's broken. I don't give a shit.
I just don't understand. Parents don't understand things. Will Smith.
It's finger on the pulse.
For their part, the company did respond and acknowledge the problem, with producer Yoshinoro Ono saying on Twitter,
Jesus.
"My sincerest apologies again about the SF5 server situation. I think that we
San
need
Fernando Valley
San
server
Fernando
situation.
Valley server situation. I think we need to improve on this problem the most." Then he pointed people to a pre-existing Twitter account called @SFV server, which tweeted constant updates about the game.
Yeah, you think, oh, we have to focus on this thing that's broken. Seems pretty simple. Now, it does seem like things have since stabilized for the most part, but this certainly isn't the first time, or the last time for that matter, that server issues will have or have plagued a game's launch. Anyone else out there remember when Halo Master Chief Collection launched back in November of 2014?
It didn't work.
Yeah, that shit was basically unplayable for weeks and ended up just being a big waste of time and money for anyone who just wanted to play multiplayer and not replay old campaigns with stupid HD skin on it. I
Either way.
wanted to play Halo 2 maps online in the future, and I couldn't because the future sucks.
Games are hard.
Yeah.
Either way, they still kept Chun-Li's wacky boob physics, which they originally claimed were a glitch.
It's a good glitch.
No, nothing's ever a glitch when boobs and Japanese developers are involved. So we think the game certainly is earning its sterling Metacritic score. But let's talk about Fallout for a second, because we're getting DLC.
Yes. Now, the only major game studio release of last year that none of us could really find any problem with is giving us even more good stuff, and it's all starting next month. But in total, we're getting at least 3 new additions to the game before E3, where hopefully they'll announce even more. But anyways, here's what we're getting.
Oh, we're not getting any new missions right out of the gate. But whatever, you can still keep helping settlements for good old Preston Garvey
Yeah.
until those missions get here.
Yeah.
But we are getting something called Automatron next month, and it's described as follows.
The mysterious mechanist has unleashed a horde of evil robots into the Commonwealth, including the devious RoboBrain. Hunt them down and harvest their parts to build and mod your own custom robot companions. Choose from hundreds of mods, mixing limbs, armor, abilities, and weapons like the all-new lightning chain gun. What? Even customize their paint schemes and choose their voices. Ooh.
So it's like BattleBots.
Yes.
This sounds cool.
Yeah.
Then shortly after that, in April, we get something called the Wasteland Workshop. It says, with the Wasteland Workshop, design and set cages to capture this is Pokemon, live creatures from raiders to Deathclaws. Tame them or have them face off, this is Pokemon, even against your fellow settlers. The Wasteland Workshop also includes a suite of new design options for your settlements, like Nixie Tube, letter kits, taxidermy, and more. So it's Pokemon.
It sounds like another game trying to do some Pokemon style shit, which, yeah, okay, whatever, who cares? I'm sure some people will love that. It worked for World of Warcraft, sort of.
Yep.
Sort of. It's just another time waster, but the design options for building your settlements sound cool, even though that's the part of the game that I play the least. Look at that cool tube lighting. No one can even see it unless you take a screenshot.
Hey Reddit, I just spent 58,000 hours building this settlement. Let me know what you think.
I love that no one can ever see this unless you're just like blatantly showing it to them.
Yeah, it's a single player game. I
Yeah.
mean,
It's like going on vacation a long time ago and bringing home the reel of stuff. Hey, entire family, sit around and look at my settlement.
Well, it's like the amount of time people spend building these ridiculous settlements. Like, you could have learned how to like use 3D Studio Max, where you can literally do whatever the fuck you want.
Do anything, and then get a job doing it too.
Yeah.
Anyways, the next and final announcement DLCs, it's the one that we're actually waiting for, and that's new missions. And it's with one of my favorite NPCs that follows you around, Nick Valentine.
He's a fucking synth. I don't trust him.
Listen, that's debatable whether or not you can trust the synths, Elliot, and you know, we'll get to that. But this is called Far Harbor, and it'll be available in May. The description reads,
a new case from Valentine's Detective Agency leads you on a search for a young woman and a secret colony of synths. Uh-oh. Travel off the coast of Maine to the mysterious island of Far Harbor, where higher levels of radiation have created a more feral world. Navigate through the growing conflict between the synths, the children of Adam, and the local townspeople. Will you work towards bringing peace to Far Harbor? And at what cost? Far Harbor features the largest landmass for an add-on that we've ever created, filled with new faction quests, settlements.
oh, more settlements?
Yeah!
Oh, great!
And they need your help!
I'm sure they do.
Lethal creatures and dungeons.
Yeah.
Was there dungeons in the
Yeah, there's sort of dungeons, right?
When you clear a building, it's considered basically a dungeon.
It's not a dungeon. Become more powerful with new, higher level armor and weapons. The choices are all yours.
So that's exactly what we've been wanting
Yeah, that
out of
sounds
DLC.
great.
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be great, except for those poor townspeople who are caught in the midst of the synths and the children of Adam.
Well, all of the human NPCs in this game deserve to die.
Yeah.
And I do not help them.
I still haven't figured out how to have sex with my followers.
No, you don't actually have sex.
Maybe they'll add that.
You get experience points by sleeping in the same settlement as them. It's stupid. Well, you can fuck the lounge singer in A Good Neighbor.
Oh yeah. You can do that.
Yeah, if your charisma's high enough, you can fuck her.
You can see it.
No, they just show you waking up in bed next.
It's like Leisure Suit Larry 1, where it's just a censored sign that goes up and down. That's a deep callback.
I'm sure when the modding community finally gets the mod kit, which is one of the new things.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll bring on full-on penetrative
Thank God.
sex.
That's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking of Bethesda, Todd Howard tickled the game's journalism community's tiny little balls while talking at the DICE Summit this past week when he claimed that Bethesda is currently working on 3 secret projects. He said,
We actually have 3 longer-term projects that are all, well, we'll talk about them at a much future date. They're different from anything we've done before while also being a Bethesda-style game. Big and crazy. But in many ways, different from what we've done before. Okay. Thanks for nothing, Todd Howard. Todd.
Yeah, you guys want new games? So anyways, that sounds crazy.
Oh my God.
It'll definitely be cool to see what they come up with, but I doubt we're going to hear anything before or even at E3. It's exciting news either way.
A game company they're making games, guys.
I bet they're going to make a MOBA. It's like nothing we've ever done before, but something that everyone else has.
Can't wait.
A Fallout MOBA would be cool.
People have been talking about like Fallout MOBAs and Fallout RTS and all that shit for years, so.
Well, now it's time to put it into action. And since the MMO failed for Elder Scrolls, maybe they'll make a MOBA out of that. What a flop. Anyways, at the same time, they held a little awards show there called the DICE Awards. It has nothing to do with Battlefield or Battlefront. And when you know it, Fallout 4 won Game of the Year. So
that's settled.
Another settlement needs your help. Well, that's settled. It's Game of the Year.
Dumb.
Yeah.
Anyways, I know it's a real news heavy episode of T.U.G.S, but we have to fly to London.
Chip.
So we're gonna get straight into Chivy's review so we can make it out of here on time and go sip on some of that tea.
And eat a meat pie.
Some of that Nando's.
Get in here and tell us
Chicken
some stuff.
Nando's. Chicken
When's
Nando's.
your meetup? I want to go.
Sunday night, you flying in?
Yeah. Currently holding such accolades as Best PC Game, Most Discussed, and Most Shared of 2016, XCOM 2 was a highly anticipated sequel. For anyone with gaming standards like we have here on T.U.G.S, it's a complete letdown. First off, how does a game that is PC exclusive... Can't, not anymore. Run so poorly. Look.
Oh, sorry, I was trying to get your hat. I'm so sorry.
If I start bleeding, let me know.
Okay.
All right, look, I can give Batman a break since 1, his parents are dead. 2, it's a completely broken port, but ladies and gentlemen of the court, we are talking about XCOM. What is going on here? Okay. But Chivy.
That's all, we missed the quote. Do it again.
But Chivy.
Good.
You just mean it runs poorly, right? Surely a simple hotfix will save the day. I'm sorry, my PC master race brethren, even on a single glorious, water-cooled, boner-enhancing 980 Ti. There is no chance in this hell XCOM 2 will run at 60 frames per second or manage to gloriously dance around the 144 hertz cream dream. A $60 PC exclusive. What is that?
Whoa.
A $60 PC exclusive, and we get average gameplay overshadowed by lackluster graphics, game crashes, corrupted saves. That stuff tastes terrible. Dumbed down tactics and unbalanced timers force you to play on a completely optimal route, or you just lose the entire fucking game like that. It's bullshit. The action camera is always looking in the wrong way.
It's like 5 minutes long.
There's only one way to there's actually no way to properly play when there's maps that have buildings with floors. And my favorite, ladies and gentlemen, enemies ignoring walls. Enemies ignoring walls like Russian hackers that I play against on Counter-Strike Global Offensive. It's all a mess. Much like the hit percentages in this game, you're gonna miss more often than not. Just like Feral Interactive did on this title, 0 out of 10.
You got peanut butter in your mouth?
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
I got punched in the face.
That's why we have, that's how we work Shibby like Mr. Ed. We just put peanut butter in his gums and he just starts yapping. And he never shuts up.
Game reviews come out.
Yeah.
The famous Mr. Shibby.
The famous Mr. Shibby. But Shibby doesn't even like being called Shibby anymore because he changed his fucking Twitter handle to @Shane.
How did you get that, by the way?
Sucking a lot of dick.
There had to have been an @Shane already.
You stole that from
You stole that from a real Shane.
Yeah. So who gives a shit what this tall, lanky, malnourished piece of shit has to say about video games anyway?
Eat a sandwich.
Let's go over to Amazon and see what people thought about XCOM Enemy Unknown when it was released like 3 or 4 years ago.
This review comes to us from Michael Duca, and it's titled, this game. He says, this game you play as a bunch of dudes, which are supposed to be good guys, but all you do is hunt down innocent aliens from beyond and slaughter them like defenseless hamburger meat. I mean, come on. Eventually the hamburger meat decides to fight back, which really, it should. Robots and flying aliens and stuff, but humanity never should have pushed the aliens this far. The game is truly a performance art piece, symbolizing the cruelty of humans. 1 star. Sounded like he liked it, though.
That was great.
I think he did like the struggle between. I think he was siding with the aliens the whole time.
Is he rating the game or like the moral compass of the game?
I think it's both because it sounds like he's heavily invested in the storyline, so he obviously played it for a while, but he's not happy about it.
Yeah, I've hate played a few games.
Yeah, okay, well. Anyways, guys, we have a brand new episode of Creepy Text Theater, a special Valentine's Day edition. Watch it before the end of February. And then we also have, speaking of aliens doing stuff, Donald Trump decided to go toe-to-toe with Pope Francis in what can only be described as the weirdest confrontation
Cage
ever.
match of the century.
Yeah, and then a brand new Weekly Weird News where that damn adorable little doctor just keeps breaking the law by not being a doctor, but claiming that he's a doctor and giving everyone free pap smears. That's what he did, right? His face is so dumb.
Yeah.
Anyways, we'll see you guys next time. Lady.
Cancel.
Lady. M'lady. Mulaney. John Mulaney. For more ETC, check out Watchable.com or download the iOS app. They feature daily video playlists with the good stuff from around the web.